In the Kyiv region, air defense forces shot down one enemy missile. This was announced in his telegram by the head of the Kyiv Regional Military Administration Oleksiy Kulyba. This morning, the enemy hit the capital. Air defense was working in the region. One missile was shot down. The remains of the missile fell in the vicinity of one of the villages in the region. There were no damages or casualties. Do not neglect the alarms. Take care of yourself, he said. The enemy fired missiles at the Kiev region. What is known as UNIAN reported, the morning of June 26 began restlessly. Residents of Kyiv heard several explosions. Subsequently, the information about this was confirmed by the mayor of the capital, Vitaly Klitschko. The Shevchenkovsky district of the capital came under enemy fire. The State Emergency Service announced the victims and confirmed the fire in the high-rise building. Recall that this morning 4 strong explosions sounded in the Shevchenkovsky district of Kyiv, and an air raid alert was announced in the city. 2 residential buildings were seriously damaged, and the population is being evacuated. In the Seversky direction, the Russian troops fired artillery at the positions of the defense forces in the border areas of the Sumy and Chernihiv regions. In the Kharkiv direction, the enemy continues to conduct defensive operations, also carried out artillery shelling in the areas of the settlements of Yudy, Kharkiv, Bazaliivka, Russian Tishki, Stary Saltov, Upper Saltov, Kutuzovka, Rubizhnoy, Dementievka, Chepel, Svetlichnoy, Korbachkino, Ivanovka, Shostakovo and Pechenegi. In the Slavyansk direction, the enemy troops concentrated their main efforts on conducting an offensive in the directions of the settlements of Dovgenkoy and Mazanovka. Also struck from cannon artillery and MLRS in the areas of the settlements of Novaya Dmitrovka, Krestishchi, Dubrovnoye, Bogorodichnoy, Novopavlovka, Adamovka, Grushevoka, Vernopoli, Krasnopoli, Mazanovka, Vesel and Kurulka. In the Yuzhno-Buzh direction, the enemy is concentrating his main efforts on holding occupied lines and exerting fire influence on the units of the armed forces of Ukraine in order to prevent the regrouping of troops. Ukrainian aviation in the relevant areas delivered strikes against enemy concentrations. The losses of the invaders are specified. Recall that the aviation of the armed forces of Ukraine in the southern direction inflicted 5 blows on the accumulation of Russian military equipment, as well as on the command and strongholds of enemy units.